If you're hunting for a gamer's mouse, chances are you've come across the HyperX Pulsefire FPS Pro, touted as the perfect blend of precision and comfort for killer gameplay. But here's what surprised me. Despite the hype, this mouse has some pretty notable quirks that might make you pause before hitting buy. You'd expect a 16,000 dpi sensor and ergonomic design to be the holy grail, right? Well, not quite. Let me take you through the highs and the lows so you know exactly what you're getting into. Stick around to find out whether this is a worthy weapon in your gaming arsenal or just another flashy gadget with hidden flaws. Now, before we dive deeper, who exactly is the Pulsefire FPS Pro made for? Gamers who crave accuracy, want customization galore, and expect comfort during marathon gaming sessions. If you're competing in fast-paced FPS titles or immersing yourself in whatever strategy hits your fancy, and you want software that actually lets you tweak your setup, this mouse promises to deliver. But is the promise fulfilled? Keep watching, because the story isn't as straightforward as the specs suggest. Let's start with the sensor. HyperX is rocking the well-known Pixart 3389 sensor, native DPI reaching up to 16,000. For context, that's among the highest in the market, offering pixel-perfect tracking if you know how to use it. Couple that with 6 programmable buttons and onboard memory, and the FPS Pro looks like a weapon straight out of a gamer's dream. Plus, the RGB lighting with over 16 million colors creates enough opportunity to flex your personalization muscles. However, just because a mouse has a fancy sensor and programmable buttons doesn't mean it's flawless. Picture this. You're in the middle of a clutch round and suddenly your clicks don't register crisply, or the mouse pads seem to create more drag than glide. Not quite the seamless experience promised, right? Stick around, I'm going to break down exactly what's happening here. First off, comfort. The shape of the mouse is designed to feel ergonomic, fitting right into your palm for long sessions without fatigue. For many, this works well. I personally noticed that the grip felt secure, which is essential for those twitch shots in FPS games. However, the catch is in the details. The side buttons are placed a bit awkwardly if you have smaller hands or prefer fingertip grip styles, leading to some accidental presses or discomfort after extended use. So it's a bit of a love-hate relationship, great for palm grippers, less so for others. Remember, one size rarely fits all in gaming gear. Now let's talk about the legendary Omron switches. These are the backbone of click responsiveness, the very thing that can make or break your in-game performance. On paper, the switches should offer crisp, tactile feedback so you know your clicks are registered instantly. But from user reports and my testing, while the response is mostly solid, there's a small but persistent chance of double-clicking hiccups popping up after a while. For competitive gamers, that's a nightmare scenario. Think about it. You're lining up the perfect headshot and bam, unintended double shots ruin your run. On a lighter note, it's like your mouse is playing its own game of DDR, but you're not exactly the champion in this match. The glide mechanics definitely impress at first glance. Extra-large mouse skates give the Pulsefire FPS Pro a stable base, promising smooth, controlled gliding, which is a must when you're switching between tracking and flick shots. Yet some users complain the mouse skates wear out faster than expected and don't maintain that buttery glide for long. Imagine your mouse deciding to hit the brakes mid-game. Awkward, right? One reviewer joked it felt like dragging a brick on ice, which honestly paints a vivid picture of the frustration. It's a reminder that even the best hardware can falter when materials don't hold up. All right, quick question. Have you ever spent hours setting up macros only to realize your mouse software is a nightmare? Well, HyperX Ingenuity software, bundled with the FPS Pro, aims to solve that by providing easy customization for RGB lighting, DPI adjustments, and button programming. In many ways, this software is a gem. Intuitive interface, responsive, and perfect for players who want to fine-tune their setup. And yes, there's a but here. The software can be glitchy on occasion, with some users facing profile loss after updates. So while ingenuity adds a lot of value, be prepared for the occasional tech hiccup. Let's not forget the connectivity. The mouse uses USB wired technology, which means zero input lag, a definite plus for any serious gamer. Wireless mice are catching up, but wired still reigns supreme when milliseconds count. Yet, having said that, the cable quality itself is somewhat underwhelming. It's not braided and feels a bit stiff, which can cause minor drag on your mouse movements. It's not a deal breaker, but if you're serious about precision, cable drag can be as annoying as a mosquito in your ear during gameplay. Now here's a twist. Despite these problems, this mouse scores a solid 4.6 out of 5 stars on Amazon. What gives? Well, the majority of buyers love its price-to-performance ratio. It's affordable compared to some premium options, while still offering a feature set that most casual gamers will find more than adequate. That's why you'll find plenty of rave reviews praising its comfort, customization, and accuracy. Yet, the devil is in the details, especially if you're demanding the highest level of performance consistency. Here's a funny thought. If you're the kind of gamer who gets frustrated with overcomplicated gear, the Pulsefire FPS Pro won't turn into a Rubik's Cube in your hands. Its straightforward design and decent software make it easy to use right out of the box. No need to hire a NASA engineer to configure your peripherals. However, if advanced macro customization or perfect click consistency is your holy grail, you might want to keep exploring. Think of it as dating someone who's great but occasionally forgets your anniversary. Still a good match, but with some caveats. If you've ever endured those unpredictable double-click misfires mid-match, or felt your mouse slowing down because the skates lost their spark, you know how game-breaking that can be. This mouse tries to balance performance, aesthetics, and price, but doesn't always come through on all fronts at once. Does this mean you should run screaming? Absolutely not. If anything, these quirks are common in this price range and are fixable with some tweaks and care. Plus, if you value lightweight design, decent battery-free performance, and expansive customization, the Pulsefire FPS Pro is still a contender. Another joke before we power through. Why did the gamer bring a ladder to the tournament? Because he heard the stakes were high, just like the DPI on this mouse. Speaking of stakes, HyperX really sets the bar high in the mid-tier gaming mouse arena. They've packed in features often reserved for premium devices, but at a price point most players can afford. That's the kind of value that makes you think twice before going big on a $100 plus mouse. One other subtle but important point: the onboard memory feature. This lets you save your preferred settings so the mouse keeps your customizations even if you plug it into a new PC. For streamers or competitive gamers who move around, that's a great bonus. You don't want to fiddle with settings every single time you switch battle stations. But just a heads up, syncing across multiple rigs isn't automatic, so it's not the cloud solution you might dream of. Here's a doozy. Before you buy, be sure to double-check your hand size and grip style. The Pulsefire FPS Pro is tailored primarily for right-handed palm or claw grippers. If you're left-handed or prefer fingertip grips, this mouse might not be your best friend. It's kinda like trying to wear someone else's shoes. They look good, but the fit feels off. Not to mention, the RGB lighting zones, while cool, aren't as eye-catching as some competitors. So if you're all about flashy, attention-grabbing gear, prepare to be slightly underwhelmed. To sum it all up, the HyperX Pulsefire FPS Pro delivers solid gaming performance with a respectable sensor, customizable buttons, and a comfortable grip that works for many but not all. Its software, HyperX Ingenuity, is easy to use, giving you control over sensitivity, lighting, and macros, though occasional glitches might test your patience. The wired USB connection ensures lag-free input, but the cable's lack of braided flexibility might annoy fast movers. The biggest warning: watch out for those occasional double-click issues and mouse skate wear, which can get frustrating during heated sessions. Despite these minor inconveniences, the Pulsefire FPS Pro is a commendable pick for casual to semi-pro gamers who want solid specs without breaking the bank. It's not perfect, but then again, where is in tech? If you want a reliable mouse that won't let you down in most scenarios and comes with a friendly price tag, it certainly deserves your consideration. Just don't expect it to be a magic wand that fixes all your gameplay woes instantly. Now, if this all sounds like a good compromise between price and performance for you, the best place to grab the HyperX Pulsefire FPS Pro is actually on Amazon. Prices can shift quickly, especially with these popular gaming gadgets, so I recommend clicking the link in the description below for the latest deals. Don't wait too long or you might miss out on a better price or choice of colors. Whether you're upgrading your setup or starting fresh, it's worth checking out. In closing, if you value precision, comfort, and customizable features in a gaming mouse at a budget-friendly price, the Pulsefire FPS Pro delivers most of what you need. It's like that reliable friend who's not perfect, but always shows up when it counts. So gear up, play hard, and know that with this mouse you're getting solid bang for your buck. Thanks for watching and happy gaming.